The State University of New York at Buffalo presents a UB Athletics production of Women's Tennis Bulls Update.
Women's tennis head coach Kristen Maines is here to recap this past weekend and talk a little bit about her team. We'll talk a little bit about your other previous interesting road trips in a moment, but you were home against West Virginia this past weekend. Give me a sense on how things went for you.
You know, the girls, they competed well. Tanya at number 1 had an outstanding win. That was a really big win for her. Margarita at number 2, that was a big win for her as well. And we had 4 matches out in 3 sets, and, you know, they just had a little bit more experience, I think, and they played those big points a little bit tougher than we did. So, you know, it's good motivation to know that we're right there, but even more of a motivation to keep working.
Yeah, that's a little bit of what these early season matches are like for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, especially with such a new group. You know, it's a different environment. Feeling the pressure, that whole team atmosphere is not something these, you know, the girls are necessarily used to being playing for themselves and individuals. So it's a great experience, but it's new. So
Right. Are you still kind of learning where to use your players in the right spots and things like that too?
a little bit. You know, I think we've gotten things, you know, pretty much shaked out. There's always room for improvement and tweaking things, but things right now are pretty good.
Encouraging, and you've touched on this a little bit, that you did get the wins in singles. I know that's such a big part of what you're trying to establish here. You know, how encouraging is that part of it?
It is encouraging. You know, it's frustrating and encouraging because to have it right there to not only win those matches but win as a whole, you know, that's what we want. You know, and they are right there. So it hurts when it's just a couple of points, but like you said, it is motivating to know, you know, a couple points difference is going to go a different way.
Right. All right, you get a week off, and then you're back to work here again at home on the 20th against ASA College, on the 21st against Youngstown State. What are you going to use the week off for?
Lots and lots of practice, especially some mental pressure points, you know, critical plays. How are we going to play those points just a little bit smarter?
And then it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a chance to talk to you, because you went down to El Paso, Texas a couple of weeks ago and had a very interesting dealing with the weather, dealing with the travel. What was, give me your sense on the whole trip there?
You know, they made the best of it. You know, it was a great group to be stuck on the road with. They, you know, we had a really fun time. I think it was 7 states, 6 flights, 5 days, something like that. And, you know, it's good team bonding. Unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate, but, you know, we got some tennis in, and it was good tennis while we were there.
You can't out of Buffalo, and you can't find good weather in El Paso, Texas, can you?
Nope.
Right, and then you get stuck, which some people might tell you was maybe the highlight of the whole trip, was you get stuck in Las Vegas for a day or two. What was that team bonding experience like?
They had a blast. You know, the weather actually there was great, so we got to practice outside, got some good practice in, you know, and then had some fun.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, hopefully the weather and the travel will calm itself down here as you move forward. So Kristen Maines is the UB women's tennis coach. For the latest on her team, you can check ubbulls.com.